Alright, welcome back to Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. We are starting the prologue, An Army Without Borders. This game is broken up into 5 different acts, not counting this one. So yeah, let's get started, shall we? Here we're gonna get the first little bit of real gameplay.
I see you've landed. That makes one giant leap for us. I'm sending this from the offshore plant, our mother base. The signal is unidirectional. I'll be giving you commands and advice through this channel. Keep your headphones on at all times and pay attention. Also, make sure no one else can listen in. Snake, are you clear on the controls? Take a minute to refresh your memory.
We're just gonna fix this because the controls are a little wonky at first. So we're gonna uninvert
Use the
stuff.
left stick to move. Use the right stick to adjust your view.
I need to fix something still. There we go. That should be good now. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Use the start button to
I just
open the
did,
menu.
Kaz. You don't need to keep telling me. But, yeah.
There's no one around. Why not try some shooting practice?
Okay, I was just gonna suggest that myself,
Select a target
Kaz.
and squeeze off a round or two. Press
Sounds
the
good.
directional buttons while holding the R2 button to switch weapons. Ready your weapon with the L1 button. Then press the R1 button to fire.
So, the game sorta kinda locks on, but it sorta doesn't.
Try hitting a coconut.
There are 2 different ways to play this game with auto aim
Select equipment
and
by pressing the
manual
square or
aim.
circle
I
buttons
much
while
prefer
holding
using
the
manual
L2 button
aim.
to check your map. Press the start button to open the menu.
And this, again, is just about as tutorial-y
Your
as the game is gonna
binoculars
get.
enable you to gather recon from a distance.
I never use the binoculars.
The
I could see
M16
why
is a
they're useful, but I
standard
never
assault
use them.
rifle, capable of rapid fire.
I'm also never gonna use this
The
gun.
over-the-shoulder view allows you to aim with a high degree of precision. Body part targeting correction will automatically shift your aim to hit nearby body parts. If you want to change the aim settings, take a look under Options. Hitting an enemy's vital points can bring them down with a single shot. You can also intentionally avoid lethal shots. Say if you just want to slow the target down.
I will be using mostly, and by mostly I mean all,
The
tranquilizers.
R22 tranquilizer gun can put enemies to sleep. The closer to the head you hit, the more effective it is. Tranquilizer rounds are hard to come by. Don't waste them.
That's not true. It's not as bad as he says. And we're getting one of my favorite lines right up here.
The facility you're headed for is past that fence. A grenade should be able to take out that gate. Grenades explode. You throw them, Snake.
I love that.
Use the L1 button to ready throwing
Because
weapon.
it's not like
Once
anyone
you've
needs to be
readied the
told
weapon,
how to use a
throw
grenade in
with
a
the
video
R1
game.
button. When using
You know, they're
throwing
grenades. You
weapons,
throw
hold the
them.
attack button down longer
I love that.
to throw farther. You won't throw the weapon until you let go of the button.
Alright, Kaz, we already blew the door open. You don't need to keep talking. And that's just a little teaser of gameplay. We're going to be getting some
I gotta
cutscenes.
thank you for agreeing to this, Snake. Man, am I glad to be out of here. Finally, we can leave all that crap in San Geronimo behind. Break into the mercenary business for real.
That was a reference to Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, which is a game that nobody likes because it's bad. Take my word for it, that is not a good game. I would not recommend playing it. It's canon to an extent. Like, it's just... Hideo Kojima was not involved with that game at all because he was making Metal Gear Solid 4 at the time. So, it's not important to the storyline at all. It's a really dumb
This could be
game.
good for us. They're willing to give us an offshore plant, a place we can finally put down some roots. This is our chance to expand MSF.
We don't need a place to stay, Kaz. We're nomads. We always will be.
What? You'd rather keep wandering from conflict to conflict? Tools in the hands of whoever's fighting at the time?
The second we settle down, who's to say we won't become the warmongers?
Listen to me, Snake. We're not mercenaries. We're not a foreign legion. MSF's a business. A new kind of business. Look, it's not like we're trying to start a war here. All we need to do is find out who this security company really is.
Where
Come
is Snake's
on, Kaz.
face?
It's pretty obvious that they're
Ashley
backed by the
Wood, why do you
CIA.
draw so
Wait a
clusterfucky all the
That would mean-
time? What is wrong with his head?
Our
I can't.
friend, the
Oh my
professor,
god.
is likely KGB.
I see.
We'd be making an enemy of our homeland.
And there'd be no turning back.
Ah, this damn thing won't light.
Huh?
Put on some coffee, Kaz. It's time for a little chat with the professor.
So, Professor Galvez is pretty much Inspector Gadget.
I was a heavy smoker. When I got my medal from the Secretary General, he gave me this prosthetic hand as well. But smoking was ruining my lungs, so I quit. I've not had much use for it since. It's quite an honor to meet the legendary Big Boss.
That's just a code name the CIA made up.
Then perhaps I should call you John.
I don't have a name. Stop using that code name you liked so much 10 years ago. What about you, comrade? What do they call you back at Center?
Well then, allow me to get straight to the point. Land as slim as a whip, hot as torture.
This game treats Paz kind of as their stereotypical anime schoolgirl,
Central
which is
America
really
is the
annoying.
navel
I
of
think
the
that's
American
actually what
continent,
this game was
splitting north
inspired
and
by. I
south.
think Kojima says that it
We
was
want
sort of
this land.
inspired by manga,
We'll build a socialist
which I can see,
stronghold,
because
then
it's
use it to
one of the
split
more
the
ridiculous
Americas
games in
two.
the series.
America would lose its backyard.
And with it, its economic production, shipping lanes, and strategic value. We, on the other hand, would gain a base from which all of Latin America would be well within our reach. He who controls Central America will win this Cold War. First comes Nicaragua, toppling the pro-American Somoza regime. In preparation, we've begun instigating anti-Somoza sentiment and providing aid to the Sandinista National Liberation Front.
You're manipulating Sandinista into overthrowing Somoza for you.
After the revolution, Nicaragua will become a socialist state.
You think America's just gonna let that happen?
Certainly not. After all, the CIA is already here.
And that's the armed group inside Costa Rica.
Precisely. It's clear that they've been sent in to disrupt our efforts across the border in Nicaragua. Simply put, the army now stationed in Costa Rica is CIA capital. But it's more complex than that. The CIA's got something else planned as well.
What?
That is the million-dollar question. Big Boss, we want you and your unit to find the answer. Infiltrate and investigate the facility in La Costa where Paz was imprisoned. Learn all you can of their operations. Then, drive them out of the country.
I could probably listen to Steve Bloom read a phone book
You're asking us to settle a turf war between the KGB
while David
and the
Hayter
CIA.
narrates.
What about her? That was all just an act?
You mean her words about peace? She was captured, that much is true. But I've kept my KGB affiliation from her.
And you thought we'd fall for a sob story?
No. I had good reason to bring her along. She managed to escape with her life, but her friend was not so lucky. Why were they attacked? I believe this will help explain. Perhaps they saw something they weren't supposed to. Perhaps they heard something they shouldn't have.
A cassette tape?
Paz took this during her escape. She says her friend happened to record it by accident.
What is that?
A portable
Product
stereo
placement.
cassette player, the first of its kind.
Ah, I heard they were working on something like that in Japan. Didn't know you guys were too.
This is also
believe what
incorrect
you're about to
because I
hear
don't
will
believe
help you
cassette
understand.
players were invented until 78, and this game takes place in like 74.
What is that? A Quetzal?
The Phoenix Bird.
What is going on with the
Boss's friend
artwork
was
right
missing
now?
2 birds. She went out into the jungle.
Big
to
Boss
report
is missing
bird
half of
calls.
his face, and Kaz is turning into a ghost.
So? So what?
Now it gets interesting.
Poisonous. I need to get rid of it. I chase it back to its nest. You can't. The snake's too vicious. It's all... Many people. I chase it away. It will bite you unless you kill it. Go home.
Boss. Voice print analysis confirms that this voice is indeed that of the legendary hero and criminal, the Boss.
What?
The other hasn't been identified. Female in her 30s with a British accent. The song playing in the background was a hit in 1973.
What's it going to be? Loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? Your country or your mentor? Your mission or your beliefs?
I am loyal to
Boss is
myself.
alive in Costa Rica.
As I understand it, she was your commander, fought by your side. And that you killed her under orders from the CIA, thus surpassing her to become the hero known as Big Boss. Well, what'll it be? Will you take the job?
Snake, it's gotta be a trap.
So you still can't turn your back on your country? Then I suppose you won't need this.
Wait!
Flit is the noise that made, apparently.
I'll do it for the girl. For Paz.
Sure, Snake.
Okay. For peace, then.
And now we're gonna get the first real level of the game. And I'll actually get to do some playing. Loading screens can be kind of annoying in this game.
There they are. CIA mercs. Snake, you've got to get past them undetected. Avoid combat whenever possible. This is a sneaking mission. Hide behind stuff. Take the long way around. Whatever it takes to stay out of sight. Your gun is a last resort. It could just as easily kill you as save you.
Start talking.
So yeah, here we go, first level of the game.
Start
Alright,
talking.
tell me what you know. Thank you for telling me something that Kaz already told me in the last video. No, not the last video, the last little bit of gameplay. Yeah. So gameplay in this game is really fun.
Keep it here at the base.
If you pick up items that you already have enough of, or don't have enough
The
room for,
indicator in the upper right serves
Miller
as
will
a
take it
compass
back at Mother
that shows
Base.
sound sources. Pay attention to your surroundings.
Yeah, the radar at the top of the screen, the top right,
Keep your eye on what's left of your
is
light
just a
gauge on the
radar.
left of
It
the
shows
screen.
you what things
To
are
the right
making
of that,
sound.
You'll see your sight gauge.
So if
Exhausting
someone
it
is
will
just standing
inhibit your
still, you won't
action.
see them on
Your
there.
light gauge will recover with time. The sight gauge too. You'll recover faster crouching than standing up. Lying flat works even better.
Whoops. In the beginning of the game, sneaking isn't as easy as it will
Percentage
become
in the
later
upper right
on.
is your camo index. The lower the number, the more easily you'll be spotted.
Yes, Kaz, I've
Conspicuous
played,
movements and
Snake
loud
Eater.
noises will compromise your camo index. Your fatigues will act as camouflage.
Yeah, this is the base costume that Snake is wearing. This is the jungle fatigues. It's pretty much just your standard all-around good camo to use. There is something that we're going to get kind of halfway through or more toward the end of the game that is going to pretty much break the game. So I really can't wait to use that because it's probably my favorite thing ever. But, yeah. Sneaking isn't as easy right now as it's going to be later on once we get that one item that I was just talking about. So, yeah. This is the area that we want to be in.
Looks like you're inside the compound. Security is tight. Stay sharp.
I'm not sure what happened to the dialogue there, because it sort of cut his last word off. It's weird. But obviously characters can hear you if you're not sneaking. Sneaking is much easier in this game than it is in Snake Eater, where you have to use the D-pad to sneak. In this one, you just slightly hold the button. And here's this game's cardboard box. It is probably the funniest looking cardboard box because it is pink and it has hearts on it. So yeah, we're going to wait for that guy to turn around and then we're going to bum rush him. You can see the suppressor is running out on the Mark 22. Or I think it's a Mark 22. The suppressors run out really fast in the beginning of this game. We're going to be able to, at some point, level things up, and we'll get to that when that becomes a thing in the game, so yeah. This level is not hard. You should never ever have a problem with this level unless you're just really that bad at the game. Don't mind me, I'm just a box climbing a set of stairs. As soon as this guy's turned, I'm going for the goal. And let's get the hell out of here. And that's the first mission. Yay. Always keep your hand on the controllers, or on the controller in this game, because there are some quick time events in cutscenes.
Acknowledged. Spears are loaded. The barge has cleared Point Bravo.
Acknowledged. Out.
Freeze! The cargo. Where's it headed? What is it?
Air suit. In the mountains.
What's up there?
As long as you always have the controller in your hand, the QuickTime event should never really be a problem. And they give you enough time to react to it. They give you a sound effect and a little graphic, so it shouldn't really be a problem. Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker is a game that features singing robots. I just want to put that out there.
This is Snake. Kaz, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. You found a radio.
It's got a circuit that reverses the audio phase.
Let's switch frequencies from time to time, just to make sure we're not detected.
I found a map of their bases. The cargo's heading from the marshes west towards Irasu.
Nice going, boss.
Kaz, this place is full of film badges. Dozens of them.
Film badges? Like the ones used to measure radiation exposure?
The radio man was wearing one. And whoever he was talking to called the cargo Spears.
Wait, that would mean...
Nukes. They're bringing nukes into Costa Rica.
Holy Mother of God.